Your future disc, your darker side of humanity, shows us something just like this disc. The disc that reveals something that we all can't see most of the time, but we all can see it. Can see it. But it takes others to show us sometimes. Show us. To show us. To show us. To show us. Show us. That we don't always know the right things to do sometimes in order to make claims, make the right acquisitions, make the right circumstances, solutions to meet and secure our problems. But sometimes we have to have others to show us. How do we fire us? We sometimes really do need others to show us our own darkness. Because just like the darkness is just like the disc, the other person's just like the disc. To show us what's living inside of us. To show us we also have greatness inside of us. A light, a source. But what is hidden even from the light is the darkness that we can always see. Always see. Always see. Always see. Always see. See. But we have others to reveal these things to us. And sometimes seeing us is just like a mirror disc. We don't want to look at it. We don't want to see our true selves, our true nature, our true divine natures. So we have to hide it. So we have more of a blankness to all of our humanities that we just love and enjoy hiding. But what is really on the other side is the mirror, the disc, to show us our true light, our true potential, our true meaning that can really bring more potential to us. We just need honest friends, honest co-workers, honest people to show us our true potential and being honest to us. Most importantly, we do need these people to show us, guide us, lead us, give us on the right track, the right and on the right road ahead, so we know how to get there, how to go, where to go on our journeys, because with every journey needs the right friend or foe to take us there, and regardless if they're friend or foe or not, as long as they're still showing us the right path, the right way of doing things and how to go about doing these things, what really is the difference? Paradise. What would really be the difference in either one of these people, regardless if it's friend or foe? Wouldn't we want to have the truth, no matter where it comes from, no matter the messenger? You can't kill the messenger, because they're only the ones delivering the message. After all, humanities of all human beings are mainly darkness, but we do share a light and the same frequencies, even though we share different personality traits, different things, but we all bleed the same. We just need the proper guidance in order to get to the right path, the right destination. But remember, it's not always about the destination, but it's about where we are going on our journeys, how we are going to get there, and the steps we need to take in order to get there. We must make the right steps on our journeys in order to get where we are going, how we are going to get there. Because with every journey has lightness, has the light, and also has the darkness. We as human beings carry both. Maybe it's more 80% darkness and 20% light, I don't know. But I do know that we all need guidance in this life. We all need our own qualities, our own vibrations, our own frequencies in order to trust true instincts, nature of our own selves, but to trust even more the ones that are guiding us in a way where we need to go. We share different vibrations and frequencies, but we are going on different trips of a lifetime that are going to take us on our own journeys together of our own likings, perhaps, 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 that we experience things on different levels and frequencies and so on and so forth, that we experience different things, so much of a different form and fashion. We go in different planes of frequencies past our own peers that may not understand us fully. But what we can do is really trust in our own instincts and guts and the people that are guiding us. Just help us along the way, because there's good and bad people that help us, try to downplay us, try to make us fall. But we, as long as we keep going forth of our own well-beings, well-doings, and well desires, and we can really have something appealing, something attractive, something alluring, that we crunch, that we can have something most impressive in our journeys, paths that others might not be able to give us, and we cannot especially give us, because we don't know what we need until we find the divine light that comes within us, until we can see it just like a disc or a mirror, and we can make something happen. We can make something more abstract rather than obsolete, and how we originally planned it or thought it was planned. We can make things happen in what was originally thought. We have the fullest potential to make new journeys, new destinations, new roadmaps, unlike the rest, 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 the rest. How is it that you have certain people unalike, but actually they are alike, that find their fullest potentials, and others do not, do not, do not? But what if it all came down to a change of mindset rather than just thinking you are different, but it was just all about a change of mindset? What if, 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 what if it was all down to a change of mindset? Plus, to think that one's heart should not be hardened, but they must have a softened heart, because in order for one to love their own selves, they must love others on their journey ahead. Because remember, not all journeys are like. Some people have bitter hearts. That's why they never discover their fullest potentials. You must have a softened heart. In order to see your fullest potentials, you have to see others. Well, once you have someone that sees your fullest potentials, you develop self-love, self-care. And that corresponds and translates over just like a symphony over to other people, so they too can have softened hearts, softened mindsets, softened brain neurons, softened selves. And a dead ego is dead. The dead ego was killed. The dead ego never existed. It was never alive, because they had just killed it, because their predestination was they were predestined. You were predestined for the dead ego. The dead ego, dead ego, ego. You are it. You have your light. You know your darkness. Know yourself more than others think they know you. Because if they think they have you all figured out, well, we just all play stupid now, don't we? Now, don't we? That we can transmute all the negativity of what is being given into us from everyone else, and we just transmute that out into greater and better things, now don't we? We can go and grow bigger things together. We just first need to find what we are looking for. And what we are looking for fire nice, fire nice, fire nice, is more in ourselves than others see, than others perceive. Perceive that we are growing our lights always, and nothing is uncovered. That's why you see past through the darkness. You see past your own shitty ways. You see past your own negativity, that you have a hiding surface, because everything is really not surfaced. No, is it? Fire nice, fire nice, fire nice, fire nice, fire nice, fire nice. That you can see past your own self. And that's what makes you unique, because most people don't know how to do that. And even if they do, they just can't seem to get past their own egos, their own ways, their own self beings. That they cannot see past the ego, pride, everything. Because without that, what would human beings be without the pride or the ego man or woman, stopping them from finding their fullest potentials, that one can find their own fullest potentials if you search past and grow past your own state of being. Why can't you have more for yourself, more of yourself, more than what you perceive yourself to be? Fire nice, fire nice, fire nice, fire nice. You are obviously holding something back. Then what? Others even recognize, see, know about you. Joe Smo, Amy, Sue, whoever you are out there, that you have more in you than meets the eye, meets your sanity, meets your soul, meets all of you. But the destiny, your fullest destiny, meets your fullest potential. You must challenge your ego, your pride, everything that drags you down, that you think is filling you, but is really destroying everything, that you can't seem to drive away, and away. We must fight the narrative of ego that's really dragging. It is really dragging. we are not on such low vibration because we are naturally born, naturally low vibrating beings that can't seem to travel or ascend above, higher than our own peers, co-workers, family, friends, because we are not searching and killing the ego and pride and every other physical material that we need, inner, outer, inner or external, because we are not finding out who we really are in this life before we leave this world and into the next, and into the next, and into the next. So we need to start now. Why not now? Don't put it off till later, because later becomes never, 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 never. Very nice. Yes, it is important that we talk to others about our problems, our situations, our problems that we need to search past the old person and be born into the new light, into the new person, into the new being that we were born and supposed to be for our own self-enlightenment, our self-duration, our self-ascended higher frequency that we were supposed to be born into, but we were not, because we are born into lower frequency worlds or world because we are low vibrating beings. We are fallen creatures and beings that we just can't seem to manage to pull ourselves out. Now can we? Unless we ascended higher. We were born to ascend higher. Until whatever comes next will be great. But we have to kill the pride and ego, the ego death, go into the ego death, that you finally get past everything in this life you're supposed to get past in order to win. And you beat the lower vibrating self in order to meet finally meet the higher vibrational or vibrating self in order to achieve your destiny, because in order to be able to finally even think about reaching a destination, or your destination, your true destination, not just any destination, but the true self destination. You must let the low vibrational being of yourself meet the higher vibrational being, and right in the center of that, there is breakage, there is loss, and there is a breaking of a friction that happens in all life forms on this planet. And the animal kingdom knows this secretly, but they show us this in symbolism, because I'll show you rather than tell you. The animal versed in this. It's just we as humans, yes, we are above animals, but in a way, some things animals are above us in. The animal kingdom is above us in. It's just that we overlook these things because we will value our narcissism, our pride, our ego, man, in such a way where we worship and idolize the narcissism, the pride, and the ego, man, and being to the point where there is no breakage. You never discover who you truly are. You never discover who you were born, truly born, and born to be, and to be in this life, in this life, in this life. So what gives, and what gives? Why do most people not really truly discover how to kill and destroy their ego and pride person? Well, I'll give you this. You need to kill and get past your own ways. Self-examine, meditate, pray, meditate, pray, meditate, pray, meditate, pray, meditate, pray, in order to relinquish yourself from the old ways. Yes, there's nothing wrong with being attached to emotions, but you don't want to let your emotions get the best of you. Find who you are and supposed to be in this life before it's too late, before it's too late, before it's too late. Time is not forever, friend. Not forever, not forever. So we must find the way to kill this pride, kill this ego, kill this abomination, 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 in order to meet the real you. We must break the frequency, break the neurons, break the low vibrational self, meet the new you. Because as soon as you kill that pride and ego, well done, well done, well done, well done, well done, well done, well done. Because you have found who you were born to be in this life, in this life, in this life. You have found your real self, your real being, your real higher person that you were supposed to be in this life. 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 And so can go on, and go on, and be birthed into the new you. Fire and ice. Fire and ice. Fire and ice. Fire and ice. Fire. So, collaborate, finding and reaching out the darkness, killing the ego, killing the pride, and everything else. It means it matters so much to rebirthing and finding the new you in order to stretch the truth into such higher frequencies. Because remember, we are all supposed to travel and ascend higher. It's just that too many of us choose not to, due to our own free will, not to kill the ego, not to kill the pride, not to kill what is really not even us, because ego and pride are really not even us in general. It's a dead us. It's a vessel of us. It's a shameful, a victimized, a pathetic part of us that was never supposed to be with us. It's just that we all tend to make the same mistake in this life by listening to the wrong people in order to cause our own chaos. That really, we think it makes sense, but in the long run, it doesn't. It doesn't because there is no breaking of frequency, breaking of vibrations. Now I'm ascending higher, but we stay at a lower vibration that does not ascend. We have to ascend in order to kill and break the ego, the pride, all the patheticness and the victimized ways of humanity and humanities alike, in order to really reach our fullest potentials. You must guarantee yourself that you will make it out. Your death of the pride and the ego death will be jaded, will be faded, and faded. You are whole. You are one. You are winner. Above everyone else, above all other things to come, all other things that was meant to be, are to be. You are to be, Varnas. You are everything and more that you were born to be. You think in it, it is done. You manifest it, it is done. Everything you think will be. You just first need to manifest in order for it to be. Everything else will come in such an instant, Varnas, that you have to let it be, let it glow to grow, 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 glow to You have the potential. You have the effort. You have the potential. You have the energy. You have the divine nature of being in you. But you must first see it first. Anybody can tell you this all day, even if they are in the wrong about their own lives. But in order for you to see it, you must first receive it. Most people don't know how to receive. Or if they do, they spit it back out like spit. It's not like a sponge, it's more like a brick for most people. You know how when you pour water on a brick or liquid, it just spews off, it doesn't absorb. But with a sponge receives, and absorbs. The ego and the pride really are the darkness. Now aren't they? Aren't they the hidden parts that we person's past trauma, the root cause of everything that a person goes through on a daily basis really causes chaos in their own frequencies. Now it doesn't, because they just can't seem to manifest anything great or greatness in general, because they are still at a lower vibrational being that most are at, because they just can't kill the darkness of all humans. What is that darkness? I just mentioned it. It is pride and the ego. Once you go through and realize you can go and have the ego death, you will finally be birthed into a new being that you can have something greater, something better, something unalike that most people could only crave, could only dream to have, because they still haven't killed the darkness. Yes, we are all fallen in this fallen world at a lower frequency that we are at. But once you realize what all human darkness really is, it is the pride and the ego. You can say it's the number one, but really the number two things that get us from pushing our own selves out of the way into the light, pushing our own darkness out of the way and into rebirthing into the light. That is the moment you realize, hey, if they can't do it, don't mean I can't do it. I can do anything, because really it's a change up here, full of connection with your heart. But it starts really in here. To think it is to know, and then that from there drops down, and it's like a drain to replenish your heart, to love yourself amongst, and to deliver that externally out to the rest of the world. Fire and ice. And if you know this, and you also don't just know it, but you receive, you have more than most wish they could have. If we can only reach our fullest potentials now, imagine the possibilities, imagine the change, imagine the greatness that we all can have if we just develop a better understanding of our own true nature. The darkness is the pride and the ego, followed with the narcissism. But also, if we understand the ego death and be able to actually receive this message I am presenting to you now, how much more can we do and reach in this life and lives to come? Burn us. We would have so much more than what we perceive or present, not just to others, but really to ourselves, that we can make a true difference in not just other people's lives, but starting with our own storms see our darkness